What's going on, guys? Angelo here. Welcome back to another reaction video. Today I'm going to be checking out another video from watchmojo.com. That's literally their channel name, but this is their top 10 career-ending scandals. I'm very intrigued to see what all ones they're going to have on this list, because obviously what's dark has to come to light. It just happens that way. I mean, very rarely are there cases where they kind of get off. And even then, there's still always the speculation of what happened. So I hope y'all do enjoy the video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and let's get it.
Number 10, Armie Hammer. This actor was on the rise throughout the 2010s, starring in The Lone Ranger and The Man from U.N.C.L.E. before earning critical acclaim as Oliver in Call Me By Your Name.
So what do you do around here?
Read books, transcribe music, swim at the river, go out at night.
That sounds fun.
But everything collapsed in January of 2021. It was then that text messages that revealed Hammer's violent fantasies were made public.
For weeks, I've been trying to process everything that has transpired. I am shocked, heartbroken, and devastated.
Other women also came forward with allegations of abuse, and the woman who leaked the original texts accused Hammer of sexually assaulting her in 2017. The actor dropped out or was fired from a string of projects and moved to the Cayman Islands, where he reportedly worked as a timeshare salesman.
What?
I'm not responding to these expletive claims, but in light of the vicious online attacks against me, I cannot, in good conscience, now leave my children for 4 months to shoot a film.
That's kind of wild.
Number 9, Charlie Sheen. This actor enjoyed decades of success, with his mainstream popularity spanning back to the late 80s.
Excuse me?
Excuse you.
1986.
You ought to spend a little more time dealing with yourself, a little less time worrying about what your brother does. That's just an opinion.
However, he underwent a very public downfall throughout the 2010s, owing mainly to his substance use disorder. Following a stint in rehab, Sheen was fired from 2.5 Men for making offensive comments about his boss.
That's what he was on. I'm like, I know I've seen
The
him
show
before.
claimed that you were unable to perform your duties. They cited erratic behavior and derogatory public comments about the show. You claim it was wrongful termination. Is the truth somewhere in the middle there, Charlie?
The derogatory stuff is true.
The termination resulted in a lot of publicity for the actor, as did his increasingly erratic behavior. He rode this publicity and found consistent work,
remember this show.
including an FX sitcom called Anger Management that ran for 100 episodes.
Guys, this is huge. This is bigger than huge.
Yeah, this is the show I watched with him in it.
Sheen's star had undeniably faded, and he hasn't worked in TV or film since 2017.
Oh, wow.
Number 8, Matt Lauer. One of the most prominent American newsmen, Matt Lauer found great success co-hosting the NBC program Today. He lasted 20 years on the show, with his tenure spanning from 1997 to 2017.
We're very excited to be celebrating you, Matt. And Al and I were lucky enough to be here when it all started in 1997.
It was in that year that a fellow NBC employee reported
that whole cast
that
just
Lauer
seems really
had
weird.
repeatedly
Just dry.
harassed her. Many other allegations were reported throughout the following years, and according to journalist Ronan Farrow, NBC was fully aware of Lauer's predatory behavior.
Of course, they're always fully aware.
The evidence in this book, the documentation and paper trail of settlements, reveals that there were multiple arrangements to keep women quiet who had allegations against Matt Lauer years before this one that got him fired.
They only acted following the public accusation and fired Lauer in November 2017. Lauer and his wife divorced in 2019, and Lauer has reportedly spent his time writing a tell-all book.
It had been a stunning fall from grace for Matt Lauer. After his firing, his wife divorced him, selling his $44 million Hamptons home, and went almost totally dark on social media.
Number 7,
That's ridiculous.
Roseanne Barr. There once was a time when Roseanne Barr was the hottest name in television. Her eponymous sitcom was a huge success throughout the late 80s and 90s, running for 10 seasons and earning Barr an Emmy for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Comedy.
Oh, hold it right there. You were very, very mean to me and hurt my feelings.
Because they tried to bring it back, and that's when stuff started happening, I think.
The show was revived in 2018, but it only lasted 1 season before Barr's controversial actions got it canceled. On May 29th
I remember that. They cut that show quick.
Barr wrote a racist tweet aimed at a government official, Valerie Jarrett.
Within hours, ABC pulled the plug on the show, saying Roseanne's
You're out of there.
is abhorrent, repugnant, and inconsistent with our values, and we've decided to cancel her show.
The reaction was swift and severe, with ABC canceling the show that very same day.
That was Disney.
A spin-off titled The Connors was made without Barr,
Yep.
and she disappeared
And that
from
season
the
ended
television
quick
landscape.
too, I think.
I know Roseanne would want me to step in and watch over the family.
No, it'd kill her. But she's already dead.
They said, we'll pay
carry
you guys.
Number
Don't worry.
6, Bill O'Reilly. One of the most popular conservative commentators, Bill O'Reilly was known for hosting the O'Reilly Factor on Fox
None of these
News.
shows are watched.
Hi, I'm Bill
honestly, or
O'Reilly.
movies.
Thanks for watching us tonight. We'll have the Talking Points memo a bit later on, but first, an interview with Donald Trump.
It ran for 21 seasons between 1996 and 2017. While the program was an enormous success in the ratings, it came to a sudden end once settlements against O'Reilly were made known. The New York Times broke a story and
never wanna
revealed
be in
that
that field.
O'Reilly had been the target of 5 sexual harassment lawsuits.
Dang,
The path
bro.
to O'Reilly's ouster began 2 weeks ago with the New York Times investigation, revealing that 5 women, including guests and employees of his show, had been paid $13 million in settlement.
Both he and Fox News paid millions in settlements. Advertisers dropped their support for the O'Reilly Factor once the news was made public, and Fox fired their most popular host. He then started hosting a podcast called No Spin News.
One thing really quick. Notice how once it gets to a certain point, companies with you for a little bit. Kind of like Adidas and Kanye thing. They're with you for a little while, but keep on acting up. Keep it up, and you're out of there.
Bill O'Reilly here. Welcome to the No Spin News.
Old as all
Number
get out.
5, Jussie
Yeah,
Smollett.
okay, this one I know.
Beginning in 2015, ex-child star Jussie Smollett
Empire.
began starring as Jamal Lyon on Fox's Empire.
Is this your idea of a sick joke?
The first season was the best season.
You seem kind of jealous of the song I wrote for Mom, so I wrote one for you. Did you know about this?
The
The
show
acting was
was an
pretty good
immediate
first season,
success,
okay.
garnering several Emmy nominations and being named one of the 10 best shows of the year by the American Film Institute.
Dang.
On January 2019, Smollett fabricated a fake hate crime and
This
was
made
later
no
sued
sense.
by the city of Chicago.
Breaking overnight. A law enforcement source familiar with the investigation tells NBC News that Chicago police are now looking into whether Empire actor Jussie Smollett actually paid 2 men to fake an attack against him.
They had filed a lawsuit hoping to reclaim over $130,000
This whole thing didn't
that
make
they
any
had
sense.
spent
This is like, bro,
fruitlessly
why?
investigating Smollett's tall tale. He was also fired from Empire and hasn't appeared on TV since.
Dang.
In December of 2021, Smollett was found guilty of 5 felony counts of disorderly conduct
wow.
and sentenced to 150 days in county jail.
There are people that are actual, genuine victims of hate crimes that you did damage to.
150
I don't know how this is
days.
going to impact other people, if they're going to be hesitant to come forward because they're going to think that they're going to be accused of acting like you.
Number 4, Kevin Spacey. Few actors
I
have
feel like I
fallen
remember this
so
guy. I
far
can't
from
remember
grace.
what he did,
Regarded as
though.
one of the finest performers of his generation, Kevin Spacey has won 2 Academy Awards for his acting. He also helped usher in the success of
always
Netflix,
the
starring as
actors.
Frank Underwood in House of Cards.
Or
In 2017, however, actor Anthony Rapp accused Spacey of sexual misconduct, prompting 15 others to come forward with similar accusations. Spacey's career collapsed, and he was fired from all future projects.
Dang.
Very short time since the first person came forward, they have essentially written him out of House of Cards.
They were all
and
dudes in
he's
too.
been cut from a film that is set to come out in December.
His final major role was that of Doc in Edgar Wright's Baby Driver, although he does have roles in upcoming films.
What I think we're seeing is strength in numbers and a little less fear that speaking your truth will end your career.
The voices of male accusers now a powerful part of the chorus.
Number 3, R. Kelly.
Oh boy,
a
here we
huge
go.
star of the 90s, R. Kelly is a multi-Grammy
I'm trying to
winner
think the most
who has
popular
sold
song.
over 75 million records.
I do not like that song. Hey guys, hey, we gotta skip that part because I'm not about to get copyright. I refuse. Not with YouTube today. They let you slide with about 2 seconds, y'all. All right, that's it.
Accused of sexual misconduct
Had to
and
fast forward
abuse
that.
for decades. He managed to evade consequences for this behavior until the release of the 2019 Lifetime documentary Surviving R. Kelly, which chronicles his history of allegations.
I felt like my silence allowed it to continue.
I worked up the courage to come forward and tell my story.
A part of me always felt like
pandemic?
maybe I did something for him to treat me that way. I want my story to be heard.
Following its release, Kelly was dropped by RCA Records and charged with new crimes. He was found guilty of racketeering and of violating the Mann Act, which concerns the transportation of women for illicit activities. He was subsequently sentenced to 30 years in prison and faces another trial in 2023.
Oh, wow.
And showed no remorse, and in fact seemed to believe that as a music superstar, he was somehow immune from having to behave lawfully.
Number 2.
Oh,
Harvey
yeah.
Weinstein.
I do remember this one.
This man was once a powerful figure in Hollywood.
Harvey Weinstein was the king of Hollywood, a mogul with 81 Oscars to his name.
The co-founder of both Miramax and the Weinstein Company, Harvey Weinstein is the Oscar and Tony-winning producer behind works like Pulp Fiction, Good Will Hunting, and Shakespeare in Love. However, behind the scenes, he used his power and influence to sexually harass and assault
When you honestly look at this guy, though, it's like
in October of 2017, when the New York Times and the New Yorker reported over a dozen allegations against him, sparking the #MeToo movement.
It's been 5 years since allegations against Harvey Weinstein set in motion a movement.
Dang, they got that man looking like a smack criminal right there.
Some women still hoping for justice.
In total, over 80 women came forth accusing Weinstein of harassment and/or assault, including popular actress Rose McGowan. Weinstein was charged and found guilty of 2 felonies and sentenced to 23 years in prison.
That's it.
We have breaking news for you. Harvey Weinstein is heading to prison. Judge James Burke in New York City just delivered the sentence, 23 years.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and
the
ring the bell
lawyers
to
be
get
doing their
notified
job.
about
Let
our
me tell
latest
you.
video. Number 1, Bill Cosby.
Yeah,
While
I guess
he
this
had
one
been a
deserves. This is pretty
successful
much the
comedian
biggest one.
since the 60s, Bill Cosby is mostly remembered for starring as
That was,
Cliff
like,
Huxtable
such a good
in the
sitcom,
enormously
though.
popular The Cosby Show.
It's under control. So, no problem.
Right. How do you expect to get into college with grades like this?
No problem.
Huh?
See, I'm not going to college.
Damn right.
While he was known as America's Dad throughout the 1980s,
My
this
pudding
changed
pops.
dramatically in the 2010s. After comedian Hannibal Buress drew attention to allegations against Cosby in 2014, numerous women came forward with further accusations of sexual assault, dating all the way back to the mid-60s.
This round started off, believe it or not, as a joke. Back on October 16th, comedian Hannibal Buress says something that goes viral.
On September 25th, 2018, Cosby was sentenced to prison for aggravated indecent assault. He remained behind bars for nearly 3 years, but his conviction was overturned in June 30th, 2021.
Yeah, because
the Philadelphia Supreme Court threw out the conviction, saying Cosby's due process rights were violated.
While Cosby was released from
I think
prison,
they did it too
his
early or
career
too late
is
or something.
effectively over.
That was a really, really good episode. I'm actually really glad I watched that one. I'd say the list is solid. I mean, they pretty much had everyone that they needed to on there. I can't think of anyone right now off the top of my head that should also be on there, but there's probably people that we still don't even know that are, you know, doing this type of stuff in Hollywood. But like I said, what's dark is gonna end up coming to light, period. So I gotta use the period right there. Let me know what y'all thought of this video in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you had to say. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and until next time, peace out.